Younger me is an incel loser. I am always rejected and friendzoned by girls. I fucking hate my life. Then I build an aesthetic body and I am now dating beautiful girls. My life is 10 times better in every single area. I arrive at this party and there's girls everywhere and I just feel confident. I have a nice looking shirt that fits me well. I go and sit with my friend and we just start talking. I look around and then I see her, this beautiful Latina girl. In my mind, I tell myself, this is the girl I'm talking to tonight. This is the girl I'm getting. I continue my conversation with my friend, but I'm still thinking about her. Eventually, I have enough. I stand up and I just force my legs to go and approach her. She has a minifan in her and you know the kind that push air in your face, and I just start the conversation by asking her if I can borrow it, and the conversation flows just amazingly well. I feel like she's attracted to me. Once again, I have a nice looking shirt and I just feel confident in my body. I feel the attraction between us. Eventually, I have enough. I want to get her out of there so that I can make a move with her. So I tell her, let's go take a walk, and she's down with it. As we walk, she's talking, but I'm not really listening to her. I'm only thinking about one thing, and that is to kiss her. I want to kiss this girl because else I will feel like a pansy. We get to the street of the house and I still haven't kissed her. And at that moment, I tell myself, you have to kiss her or else you'll feel ashamed of yourself. So I just stop, I grab her face and I start to kiss her. And I just feel amazing. It is one of the first time that I date a beautiful girl like this, that a beautiful Latina like her is attracted to me. I date this girl for a while and I just feel amazing about my life. You know, 5 months earlier, I'm a complete loser. There's this one day where I woke up, I grab my phone and I go on Instagram. I go in the search bar and I search for the name of the girl I like. I search for her. Let's name her Sarah. I start looking at pictures of Sarah. I'm fantasizing about her. I'm visualizing taking her on a date, kissing her, playing with her hair. She smells amazing. I just feel in a little dream. Then I see the time and I'm gonna be late for school, so I quickly go and brush my teeth. I walk towards the school. As I arrive in the school, I can see my class at the end of the hall. But not only that, I also see Sarah. And you know what? She's not alone. She's with Tyrone. And not only that, she's kissing him. At that moment, I have this weird feeling in my throat. I feel like I have a lump in my throat. I feel like I have this weird headache. I have this weird pain in the front of my head. My face gets all red and I just feel like throwing up. I go and sit at my place in the class. I look at my crush. I look at Sarah and she's looking at Tyrone. She has these red cheeks and she just feels so in love with him. At that moment, once again, I just feel like throwing up. I just feel like a complete loser seeing the girl I have a crush on for about 2 months looking at this guy with love. The day ends and I come back to my house. I go to my washroom and I just look myself in the eyes. I look my body and I feel disgusted of what I see. I start to beat myself. I start to cry. I feel disgusted of the way I'm living. I feel sick. I feel like a complete loser, like an incel. But at that moment, something clicked in my mind. I know for a fact I have to change. I have to build an aesthetic body because I'm sick of being this single loser. Girls treat me as their friend. They treat me like I'm just their little brother and I just feel like shit. At that moment, I start to work out every single day. In my workouts, I focused on part of the body that would make me more attractive to girls. I focus on the aesthetic body, and 5 months later, I'm kissing this beautiful Latina girl in a party. This is the proof that building an aesthetic body will change your life drastically and very, very fast. There's this girl that you like right now, and I promise if you build an aesthetic body, if you build the body that girls are attracted to, you will get her. You will make her your girlfriend just like I did. And just real quick, if you want to build your dream body all from home, you want to start dating beautiful girls, girls that you only dreamed of before, go click the link in the description right now. As men, we are attracted to the hourglass shape in a woman. Women are attracted to the V taper, to the V shape. This is a sign of masculinity. This is a sign of strength. I want you to think about this. Think about the woman in the caveman days. They had to choose, and very wisely, of the men they would have children with, of the men they would build a family with, because that man would protect her children, and the tribe. And the V shape, the V taper, was just a sign of masculinity. So the men with great genetics, the men that were having this shape at that time, were just so advantaged. They were the one chosen by women. In the modern day, even though we have bad genetics, we can focus on parts of the body that will enhance the V taper and therefore make women instinctively attracted to us. I am living proof of this. When I was younger, I was this skinny loser. Girls, friends on me, they treated me like I was their friend, like their little brother. I built an aesthetic body, even though I had bad genetics, and I was able to date beautiful girls, girls that I only dreamed of before. So I am the proof that you can focus on parts of the body. You can build an aesthetic body. You can focus on the V taper even though you have bad genetics. The first part I focused on is the back, and the reason is simple. When we think about it, of course, in order to build an aesthetic body, of course, in order to build a V shape, we won't have a massive back, because if the back is flat, you will not have the V shape. The back is the base in order to build the aesthetic body. And the first exercise that I do in order to target my back is the pull-up. This is an exercise that transformed my life, that transformed my back and allowed me to build an aesthetic body. I still do it to this day because it is really an exercise that will target the exact part of the back, the upper back, that will really give you that V-shaped look. The second part to target is the upper pec, and the reason is simple. When we think about it, in order to have the V shape, the aesthetic body, we want to have the most mass on the upper part of our body, and the upper pec will really give you that look. It will enhance the V taper because it is at the top of the V shape. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of push-up, but I wasn't a fan of that exercise because it focused on the lower part of my chest and gave me a look that I just wasn't a fan of, if I'm being honest with you. So instead of doing the push-up, what I did is the decline push-up. I would put my feet on a bench, on a chair, and then I would do the push-up, and it was just perfect. It targeted the masculine upper chest and it enhanced the V shape. It is the second exercise that I do. The third part to target are the shoulders, but especially the side delts, because when we think about it, when we think about the V shape, we want to have the most mass up here, and the shoulders is really at the top of the V shape. And so what I do in order to build my shoulders, my side delts, are lateral raises. This is the king of the exercise, of any exercise out there to build massive shoulder. When I was younger, I tried a bunch of different exercises and nothing worked as well as this one. Do this and I promise it will change your life forever. The fourth part to target is the neck. As you can see right now, I have clothes on, and even though I have this on, my neck is still shown. It is a proof that you train, because your neck will always be shown even though you have clothes on. It is a sign of masculinity, a sign of strength. It will give you the masculine frame, and women are just in love with that look. And so in order to train my neck, I do what's called neck curls. There's two ways that I do it. I do it laying on my back, where I put the weight on the front of my head and it targets the front part of my neck. And I also do it laying on my chest, where I put the weight on the back of my head and it targets the back part of my neck. These two exercises allowed me to build a massive neck, and they are just a king in order to build a masculine frame, in order to build your neck. The fifth part to target is the lower abs, and the reason why we are targeting that part is to really have the six-pack. It is easy to have the upper part of the abs, the upper part of the six-pack, but if you don't have the lower abs, you will never have the six-pack that you want to have. And so the two king exercise in order to target that part that I do are, first of all, leg raise and then hanging leg raise. these two exercises allowed me to build my dream six-pack. It allowed me to attract beautiful girls that I only dreamed of before. Do these two exercises and I promise you will have a six-pack very, very fast. Now, if you only focus on these 5 parts of the body, you will build an aesthetic body and you will feel amazing about yourself. But there's massive mistakes that I made that kept me from achieving my dream body. The first one is a classic. I skipped leg day. I wanted to have the upper body. I wanted to have the V shape, but since my legs were skinny, whenever I would go on the beach, I would just feel awkward. I would be muscular on the upper body and I would have these skinny legs and I just felt like shit. And so what I did is I had to push my legs harder in order to put it at the same level of my upper body. It is the first thing that you must avoid, is skipping leg day. You must absolutely do your legs every single week, at least once or twice. The second mistake that I made was that I would take nothing before my workout. And what I mean by that is that I wouldn't take any coffee, I wouldn't take any pre-workout, and this just made my workout a waste of time. I wouldn't push myself as hard as I wanted. And so recently I started to drink 2 coffee and it just made a massive difference. I was now able to push myself so much harder. I was gaining muscle so fast. It is the second mistake that I made that I want you to avoid in order to build your dream body faster than I did. And the third and final mistake is that I didn't eat enough eggs. There's a study that shows that if you eat about 30 eggs a day, you will have the same effect as if you are on TRT. Well, of course, we don't want to eat 30 eggs a day, but what we could do is eat at least 5 to 10 eggs a day. Before, I used to do that. I would gain some muscle, but not as fast as I wanted. Then I started to eat so much eggs every single day, and I just saw a massive difference. It made my testosterone go up, and I gained a lot more muscle. This is the third mistake. This is the video, and I wish you an amazing day. I will see you in the next one.